Luther Mallory, music artist, pivoted to performance coach. Well, still an artist, but more obsessed with performance coaching. 41 at this point. I've been coaching for a decade. I've been an artist for probably 25 years. Well, I had a band in high school called Pole Smoker. It was a skate punk band, sort of in the NoFX era of fast music. A metal band called Berserker. Went to London to study music production at Fanshawe College's MIA program. The moment that I found musicians, I quit that and I moved to Toronto to start a band. So I moved to Toronto. We had that band for a decade. We toured North America and we had a couple of hits in the Much More Music days. A couple of #1 hits videos, which was neat. That band did what everything does, which is fizzle out. It was not dramatic. It was not a catastrophe. And so then I went, what do? I spent my 20s sitting on my bed writing songs. I failed to learn anything about anything beyond creativity. Then I find myself in Belleville living in my father's house going, what just happened in my whole life so far? And then pivoted. What could I do? Pivoted, went, well, I know performance. I could probably teach this. And spent about 4 months going to somebody's rehearsal every day and sitting on the couch and just writing notes about what I was seeing now finally on the other side of this. I'm looking at the person in front of the mic and I'm seeing the terror and the confusion and I'm seeing all of the things and going, I know that feeling. And eventually sort of just figuring out how to teach these abstract concepts like being in the moment. And then that work, just kind of getting a handle on that and how to guide people in this process of accessing their expression became sort of my thing. Stage psychology is what I called it. And then I landed at CMI's Artist Entrepreneur Program and then the Juno Masterclass as the performance coach. And it's been a decade now. Let me see if we can just pinpoint the most necessary skills. The two performance skills are the technical skill of focus and the expressive skill of risk. This is kind of central to what I teach. The technical skill of focus, meaning you can choose your focus, but when an artist is on stage, for instance, or in front of the camera, and the brain starts going off and going, you suck, don't forget, and starts getting berating and all of that stuff, which happens all the time, you can choose your focus. And if you choose something that's in the body energy, in the senses, in the physical space, in the environment or with the audience, and not up in the judgment center in the brain, you can anchor there on purpose. And it's an interesting thing that we don't consider. But the technical skill of focus is primary to get an artist into the moment and out of judgment. The artist can then employ the expressive skill of risk. When you're not so judgy, you're not in your head, you're kind of willing to take big chances. And that's what connects people. Yeah, the artist won't do that if they're stuck in their head, but if they're not, they will. And then the audience gets to go, oh, that's funny, or I love that, or I hate that. And either of those is great. So split artists into two camps. You have dominantly technical artists who are interested in precision. And those are the people that are usually very good at marketing, analytics, getting playlists, sending emails. They're organized people. The second camp would be expressively dominant artists. This is me, living in Neverland, writing songs about a cigarette on a fence post. So there's those two sides, and they're both very necessary because the expressive artist is the visionary, and the technical artist is the person that can actually progress the vision. And so what I see all the time is somebody with a deep imbalance where you have an expressive artist who is a genius but can't send emails. So what are you going to do? Then you have the technical artist who, I've worked with technical artists who aren't very expressively skilled. Their material isn't even very good, but they're on tour in Europe. Yeah, because they know how to send emails. So in terms of pushing an artist's career forward, you either have to delegate the other side you don't have, right? Or you have to learn how to balance and go, oh, I can do both of these. But when there's a missing side there, it's going to be lopsided, and it's probably going to take you right out of the game because you can't progress properly. if you're seeking a technical job in the music industry, meaning you're not going to work directly with an artist, I think you got to flex those technical skills. If you wanted to be a marketer in the music industry, you would have to show people, like, I can read analytics. I have a technical skill that's going to support the artistic visionary skill in a supreme way that puts me above people. And then you have to identify that in yourself, and then you have to blow that up just like an artist does. Like, you have to go, there's my skill. How do I stand out? Lots of people have this skill. You know, how do you really show up and be confident? It becomes that. It becomes, what's my skill? And then how do I lean into that and present that almost like an artist does, make myself unique, make myself stand out. When I decided I wanted to be a performance coach, what I did was I sent a garbage can of candy to a couple of management companies and said, I'd like to work with your artists and show you what I can do. Okay, that's like, that's how you stand out, right? And then all that led to everything that I've done, because they went, oh, this is neat. You should meet this person. You should meet this person. I think that identify your skill and then figure out how to express that skill to people in a pitch sense where people are like, oh, this is an undeniable person.